so when you talk about reset in the context of Thanksgiving, it means you want to kind of, it's almost like a long jump, right? You come to a position, you need to spring. But before you come to this position to spring, you retreat into the past. Okay, these are the dynamics of long jump. You retreat into the past. What past? That's what we just talked about.
Yep.
Okay, the past of Ghana's independence, whatever. And then you come to this point where you have to jump. That's your reset point. And that is propelled by a new vision. What do you want Ghana to be? How do you want to achieve it? And all of that. So that's a new vision that has to be set. Government, the present government, embraces this and, kind of embraces itself to be able to create this vision. But there's something that I mentioned during the prayer over the president,
right,
but which I could also have mentioned in the course of the sermon. The president does not do this alone. This reset, he can talk about, and he has the role to formulate it for the nation. Okay, but the realization and achievement cannot be the task of only the president. It has to be the task of the president, the ministers, his cabinet and all of these. And then the rest of us, ministers, pastors, whatever, all of us behind, okay? And in so doing, first and foremost, with him and his ministers and cabinet and all, there's a big thing to recall, which I briefly mentioned when we were praying over him. And again, from the Bible, since that was a Christian thing, we can learn a very beautiful lesson. In the book of Exodus, at one point, Moses alone leading the people became burdensome. He cried to God, and God told him, choose 70 elders, okay, whom you are sure can do the job. Bring them, okay, and I'll commission them or put something in your spirit, whatever. Now, when Moses chose those 70 people and bring, we compare them to the ministers, whom the president has put together to help him do this. When Moses brought them, and God came to put the Spirit on them, God did not give these 70 people an original or completely new spirit. The book of Exodus tells us that when these 70 gathered, God came and took his spirit, which was already in Moses, and put some of that spirit on these 70. That means a lot to me. It just means that these 70 are not exercising or having a brand new spirit. It is the spirit already domesticated in Moses. In other words, the spirit that was already in Moses is what they share. And sharing this type of spirit, you're bound to work in communion, in union, in unity, in complete whatever. You cannot therefore have ministers or whatever who are on a part which is dissonant with the part of the president. It must be a display of the same spirit which was on Moses, which is given to them. And this means that communion, solidarity, this is very crucial for a successful leadership between the president and his ministers. And when you go beyond that, then the rest of us, virtuous living. If we say leadership belongs to God, it requires virtuous people for God to lead them in leadership.
So, I mean, the last time we spoke, we identified some of the problems of this nation. We have done the same today as well. Do you get the impression that we are now in the right direction?
We have not. Okay, so yesterday we celebrated a reset. If I were here, if I was part of government, I'd probably be able to identify signs of this reset. Okay, and whatever type of thing. So, for me, from this now, I'll be modest and probably say that, I have talked about this, and the reset probably is something, I mean, if the formulation of this topic came from the president's own office and all of that, then I would imagine that they have recognized a need for reset. Then in what area? In what areas are we feeling this need for reset? If you leave it to me, and it's like making, if I modestly, in all modesty and humility, I can make any suggestions, I'll talk about our sense of the common good. Okay? Our sense of common good is very crucial. Let's see. So be very, very crucial simply means that Ghana does not belong to one or few. Ghana is for all of us. And the development of its resources must be what must satisfy everybody. If yesterday's event talked about inclusive prosperity, I'll probably, prosperity makes people think about money. I'll probably say that it's not simply money, but inclusive well-being. Mm-hmm. Every Ghanaian wants to feel good. And well-being simply means he knows he has food to eat, he has water to drink, he has healthcare, education, whatever. So if all of these are available, it's inclusive. If somebody tells me that all of this require money, we have the wealth of the country. So we need to administer the wealth of the country in such a way that it promotes the common good. Mm-hmm. But this, again, is what, we recognize. And when we had mines, the government had a chance to impose a percentage tax. Mm-hmm. Although right now, from what I know, I think what the government gets from the mines could be higher. Okay, whatever. But at least there was something that official was done. Now that is Galamsey, everybody exploits and gets its own thing. Who knows how they are sold? What kind of market manages the products of Galamsey? So what kind of national income, okay, does a nation derive from all of this disparate...
But that's the new government give you hope that we could be headed for the right place in this country?
I have said one or two things which suggest that this is something to look at.
Right.
Okay, this is something to look at and be reviewed, whatever. So the details of how they started looking at it, I don't have and I don't know now. Mm-hmm. But from what I heard about this commitment to look at this issue and deal with it. And I have a reason, when somebody say they want to look at it, because from our own intervention from our office in the Vatican, we've had dealt with situations like that in Brazil. Mm-hmm. Because Brazil is like Ghana with all of this, whatever type of thing. And an attempt about looking at it simply had tried to organize these free independent exploiters into a group that can then be allied to a national purpose and national vision.